That's right. This is Bad Weather Fans, episode number 294, and we're coming to you live after a Knicks versus Detroit Pistons game. Mike Piseglia, Alex Panesowitz, and the Knicks get throttled tonight, 121-90.
Don't look so happy about that.
Yeah, I'm very happy about that. They're on a 4-game losing streak. They lose by 31 points. We'll talk a little Nets on the back end too. Nets coming off a win versus the Denver Nuggets. Another stellar performance from MPJ. We'll talk about their win, snapping their 3-game losing streak. But we'll begin with the Knicks, who have a dud versus the Pistons. You'd be expecting more from them on a 3-game losing streak coming in versus a Pistons team that was the team ahead of them. Celtics probably going to win tonight, so the Knicks will most likely drop to the 3 seed. Celtics are about to win. Just an overall dud of a performance from the Knicks. And Alex, good evening. How are you?
I am not doing very well, Mike. I mean, everything in real life is great. I can't complain. But I am pissed. I am legitimately angry about a regular season loss. Not just because they lost to the Pistons on the road. Not just because they have lost 4 in a row. Not just because they look like crap. Not just because a lot of things, Mike. Not just because of that. I'm mad because I was right. You know what I was right about? That the NBA Cup championship has exhausted this team. Ever since that stupid championship game that didn't even count, where they went as hard as possible, like it was Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Mitchell Robinson's playing big minutes. Everybody's playing hard. Guys got hurt after the games. You know, they've been chasing fatigue ever since. They're 5-6 since the NBA Cup championship. You know, and I was screaming to the heavens, screaming on Twitter, on this podcast, Bad Weather Fans, on anywhere that I can, to friends, to whoever. Why are they going so hard for this stupid game? Why? Did it mean anything? Oh, well, it shows camaraderie. It teaches them how to win. It teaches them to do this. It is fucking December or November, what the hell ever time it was. Who knows? Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Oh, these millionaires can get $500,000 extra. I don't give a damn about that. You know what I'm saying? Did I get any money from that? No. I care about them winning a championship in June. That's what we've lived our whole lives to build ourselves up for, is for that. That's what people cry for. That's what people go to parades for. That's what people live for. That's what people have in their pockets as a chip. It's just something to break. It just makes you feel so special. I don't know how it feels. I'm a Knicks, Mets, and Jets fan. I'm 41 years old. I was 2 years old when the Mets won. That doesn't count. 1.5, maybe, almost 2, I should say. Maybe, whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't count. I need this as a fan. I need this. And I don't need the NBA Cup championship. And I think I speak for a lot of fans who are starting to come around and see that. Some will agree with me. Some will say they agree with me. Some will don't. Some will hide in the shadows and act like they didn't say anything. Some will delete tweets. I was called all sorts of names for this. The Knicks were 19-7 going into the NBA Cup championship. They're 5-6 since. And if you watch the games, and I know they won 3 in a row in there in this 5-6 run.
They were close.
Thank you. They were all close games. They were all on the skin of their
losable
teeth.
games.
All losable games. Thank you. Even that Pacers game. I'm sorry. Right after when they were rested half the guys, they barely won that game, and that was a miracle. And we're all excited because, like, wow, they still won anyway. You know, and they lost. What are we doing? They've been chasing fatigue ever since. Jalen Brunson tonight looks exhausted, and he's playing hero ball because these guys don't want to play. OG Anunoby had like 3 shots. Towns looked terrible. He was coming off an illness or something. Maybe he's still sick. Why is he out there? You know, like, what are we doing? Diawara doesn't play until garbage time. Like, what's happening? What's happening here? Tyler Kolek is turning into a pumpkin. He's really good, but he's not that great. Like, can we calm down with putting these guys on a pedestal? Like, oh my God, he played great in the NBA Cup championship. Okay, guess what? I can look in the standings in the game log. You don't even see it on Basketball Reference. That game did not count, like, at all. Like, what are we trying to prove here? Are we trying to prove that we have a cup and we have this championship and it's all great and we're all happy and hey, we did it. Yay, Mike. We did it. We can get a hat that says champions on it. I can tape champions on this hat and say that the Knicks won a championship. No, they fucking didn't. That's why they didn't put up the banner. Thank you to James Dolan. He was on Craig Carton show today. Said he's not putting up a banner and he wants a real banner up there. Thank you, James Dolan, for that. Clip that. I'm so tired of the nonsense, and people are going to make excuses. It's been a couple of weeks and this, that. If you have watched every single game as a diehard fan or as a fan, a casual fan like you, Mike, who watches the Knicks because we have this podcast, because you're a basketball fan, you hate the Knicks, et cetera, you have seen it. The Knicks have been exhausted since the NBA Cup championship. Now, am I overreacting, or am I just like really angry at the Knicks losing 4 in a row, or like what? Talk to
Is
me.
that to me, or is that rhetorical?
To you? Seriously, I'm asking.
Yeah, I do think it's one extra game. I understand there's the semifinals, the quarterfinals, and all of that averages out. So the Knicks will play one more game. Mikel will get 83 games played this year, or 82 because it doesn't count. But
he's got to take a shot at Mikel somehow. It's got to get in there. Yeah.
I think it's, if at this point there are this many games past that point, it's over, right? Like, okay, maybe a little hangover effect, but it's bigger than that per se. Now, maybe that was the ball that kicked down the hill and got everything started rolling, and maybe they're feeling from that. But at this point, right, like you're 11 games past it, like you said, they're 5-6. That one game isn't going to accumulate all of the things that are happening tonight versus the Pistons. Now, I do think maybe they're a little exhausted, sure, but to add up that it was that one game that's now snowballing into all of this, I don't know if you could be playing that well as a basketball team, and maybe there's a little something that started there, and they had all these close games, right? Like they
it's also the travel, the emotion, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
It's a lot, I don't disagree that. Hey man, look at the other two teams that have won the cup. They've fallen flat and lost in the first round. But the Knicks have shown some cracks, right? Like the Cavs win, dramatic win on Christmas Day, incredible comeback. Kolek was awesome. They get the win. The Pelicans win. They were trailing. They go in the fourth quarter. They make a huge run. They win by 5, right? The Spurs game, they have this big lead in the fourth. Can't hold on, and then from there, it's just been duds. They've been bad since that game. I think it's more of a hangover from that, and maybe that loss kind of has exhausted them a little bit in the grand scheme of a regular season. I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm very much enjoying the Knicks losing. Am I happy they're on a 4-game losing streak? Am I happy that you're disappointed in the team?
Of course.
Yes, but I'll keep true. I don't think, unless something catastrophic happens, like, this won't matter. I'm going to keep true to that. You're a fan, and you're in the moment, so I get it. And I would never tell you not to be. But when it's all said and done, and it's May, and the Knicks and Pistons are playing Game 5, and it's 2-2. That's what will matter.
Yes.
So I know. Like it sucks for me because I have a basketball podcast, and I'm going to minimize it. But that's how I really feel about it. But also, am I enjoying the overreaction? Am I enjoying the losing? Of course I am. I mean, I want to see the Knicks and the suffer. Like you said before, I deserve this, like a championship. Well, that's how I feel about the Nets, and I don't want to see you get there first because I'm competitive.
Yeah.
Being honest. So for me, as a Nets fan, sure, it's nice to see it. It's nice to see the overreactions. It's nice to see the anger. I still think Mikel hasn't shot it. When was the last time Mikel took a free throw? It's been a minute. But yeah, like
last year,
this is a disappointing. I mean, to be on a 3-game losing streak and then come into Detroit where like, okay, guys, we can jumpstart everything right here, and they come out flat early. They get it close in the first quarter, and then Detroit extends the lead to end the half, and then the third quarter starts, and forget about it. The Pistons just come out, and that game was over in the third quarter. Knicks made it a little closer, but it just not enough. Obviously, it's just like there's, but it's the same trend of Towns in a big game, if you want to call it that, is a no-show. Jalen has to do everything on his shoulders, does a little too much, right? And then they just can't get an offensive flow. You tell me, Alex, how much do they miss Josh Hart? And I know you can't quantify. I mean, the Pistons were shorthanded as well, with Duran out. So
Duran and Harris out,
and Tobias out, and every team goes through stuff. No teams, like having Josh Hart out is a big blow to the Knicks, but it's not like unique to the NBA. Every team has injuries. Every team has a guy out. But maybe you're seeing in real time, like the heartbeat of the Knicks not there, is something they're lacking, an intangible that maybe is playing a part of this team not being able to get, being competitive. Really, I mean, the Hawks game wasn't competitive. This game wasn't competitive. Maybe there's something to that.
And it's not even that they weren't competitive. I mean, I guess it is. You're right. I shouldn't disagree. You're right. They weren't competitive. And while they weren't competitive, they got embarrassed. The Hawks look faster. The Pistons look faster. They look hungrier than the Knicks.
And the Hawks are good.
The Hawks are really good, even without Trae Young. I know Trae Young has to be traded.
I say the Hawks are average. The Hawks are an average team,
but they're young and hungry. They're coming up. Johnson's great. Man, Dan.
I feel better about the Sixers win. Got me more excited than the Pistons win. I know what Detroit is. I have a good feeling about where they are.
I was right about Philly. You got to give me that. I told you Philly could be scary. I didn't know about Edgecombe, obviously, but
Edgecombe changed. If Philly is healthy, and that's the big if, and Edgecombe is the one of these guys. I mean, which we can talk about his connection to the Nets in a second. But if you've got that team where Paul George is your fourth best player. George isn't the same guy. He's obviously the Nets. By the way, Nets went into Philly and won. Edgecombe didn't play that game. They had everybody else, but Philly's got a roster with Maxey, Edgecombe. I mean, I haven't even mentioned Embiid, but if you're making Embiid not your main guy to build around, the things will change. Here, I'll bring a good comment on and a good fan of the show. BKN85. If they're still exhausted from a game 3 weeks ago, that's a mental toughness issue. Come on, the team has flaws, Alex, and they're in a rut. It's okay to say it.
They have flaws. I mean, I don't think the Knicks have that many flaws. What's their flaw? I don't understand. I'm busting his balls. I love him. He's a great guy. But I'm saying they have flaws. I mean, every team has flaws, but the Knicks are one of the best and most complete teams in the NBA. Just because they're on a 4-game losing streak doesn't mean that they're not. This team, if you watch every single game, which I know he doesn't, unless he does, I don't know. But he watches. He might watch. He's a big NBA fan. I'm not gonna.
He's watching basketball.
BKN85. My guy. But they have looked exhausted ever since. And they're an older team. And people might on the other side of the coin be like, well, the Spurs had a back-to-back right after the Cup championship too. And they don't look tired. They have Gumby out there who got hurt, but whatever. They have every player on their team is under 25. The Knicks are pushing 30.
Yeah,
and they have a lot more miles on their legs than those guys. You know what I'm saying?
But it's one game and it was 3 weeks ago. It's you got to move past it.
It's not just one game. It was the emotional, physical toll that it played on them by playing a playoff game pretty much in the middle of December, flying to Vegas, flying to Indiana, flying here, flying there, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, but if you're a champion, if you're a great team, and like I said, I don't think
it's a clear line of demarcation, though. You're 19-7 and you're rolling. You're winning. You won 10 of 11 or something something crazy going into that game, and you were rolling. Now all of a sudden you're 5 of 6. I mean, that's a clear line of demarcation. And look at my guy NY Sports 5792. The NBA Cup, his comment, the NBA Cup messed with them big time. Remember, I was the one who agreed with you, so thank you. And then
let's keep the comments rolling, Alex.
We have at Gavic 9189. What are these nerds talking about? Then he goes, "Oh, basketball." Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
All right.
And then we have the grumpy last one. We have the grumpy New York sports fan. Also, it's January, and we'd rather see them hit a rough patch now before the end of the season. They'll figure it out, and that is fair.
Scroll down, Alex. You got more there.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Who we got? Oh my God, these guys are having a whole conversation now. Grumpy New York sports fan. They have multiple flaws. This is coming from a diehard fan. They lack point of attack defense and point of attack defender. And you can read BKN 85.
Biggest flaw: 2 best players don't defend well. I agree with that. Team panic and goes too far into Brunson ISO ball when things aren't going well. Guard heavy bench, lack wing depth behind OG and Mikal. Team defense just isn't good overall.
Yeah, but they haven't been doing that. Sorry, Mike. They haven't been doing the Jalen ISO hero ball all year until recently. That wasn't happening before.
I agree.
So
I agree with that.
But go ahead. Sorry.
No, I agree with that. And then Grumpy, especially on the second unit. And then along with no true point guard for the second unit, CP3 would be an enormous.
I mean, Tyler Kolek is a point. I think Tyler Kolek is better than CP3 right now. I mean, I think we have
I would
I've seen
rather
enough
have
of Chris Paul.
maybe CP3 in a big playoff spot. You feel a little more comfortable than what Kolic's done.
Great playoff performer Chris Paul, who
well, your backup point guard that's going to play 8 minutes a game would be a little different. I will say that. But no, Knicks.
BKN 85 triggering Alex Live is fun.
That's fair.
Thanks, bro.
That is fair. But yeah, Knicks losers tonight. And for now they got the Clippers on Wednesday. Clippers have been playing better basketball. A horrendous start. And then the Knicks go out west, which is they don't really have the most difficult of West Coast trip. I mean, it's still the West Coast. It's always a challenge, but they're not playing some of the more elite teams in the West. If you look at it, it's actually like as good of a West Coast trip as you can get. At Suns, at Blazers, at Kings, at Warriors, then back home for the Suns, Mavs, and then on the 21st, the Nets invade the Garden. So not a horrible West Coast trip when you think about all the different teams that are possibly out there.
And shout out to Anthony Donahue. He's watching right now. Biggest Knicks fan in the world, knows more about the Knicks than probably James Dolan. Even he, as a positive Knick self-admitted company man, would probably say the Knicks are scaring him a little bit right now. You know what I mean? Like, this is a little scary. And this is a guy who has not one but two pictures with the great Anthony Bonner. So, like, you know what I mean? And
number 4
that just shows his fandom,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Did I get that right?
What is it?
Number 4.
Number 4. Yeah, good.
Did I get it?
Man. Yeah, you did.
See, that's not bad. I know my.
And I brought him up recently, a little sidebar conversation. Brought him up recently because Mitchell Robinson went on a streak where he hit like 10 free throws in a row, like literally.
Right.
And I brought up Anthony Bonner because it clicked in my head. He went from one year where he was shooting like 40% free throws to the next year was on the Knicks and he was like shooting like 60 something percent. And I remember interviews and things like that where Knicks coaches were like, "Oh, don't touch him." You know what I mean? Don't mess with him. He only played with the Knicks for about 2 years, 2.5 years, whatever it was. But that was just, I don't know why that clicked. Like it was weird. The same thing happens with you.
Jumps in your head.
Sports.
You never know. Memories. Yeah. So they'll.
Shout out to at Mole Cared 78. Where he goes, "My mom loved Bonner for some reason."
I read that differently at first.
Family show, Mike. Family show.
Yeah.
Well, he had to get here somehow, right? I mean, let me stop.
So
sorry.
The Knicks lose. Nets. We can talk about for a second. Winners versus the Denver Nuggets on Sunday night. Denver without Cam Johnson, without Nikola Jokic. So that makes a difference.
It does.
They without the center who's escaping me now. The backup center is my mind is going to escape. But the Nets go in. They beat them handily. And the Nets go on a 3-game losing streak. They don't have MPJ for 2 of those games. They get him back, and it's like they are a completely different team, offensively and defensively. They just look spectacular with him, and they look horrid without him. And it's fun to win. And they get the win versus Denver. I know it's going to bother people. And I do think, though, Alex, the more I've thought about it, is this guy will not be here in the future. I think the Nets will make a trade. I think they'll trade him. I think they'll trade Cam. And as much as it disappoints me, I think it's inevitable that they're going to sell while he's at an all-time high value. And they could get 2-3 first-round draft picks in the future for him that will complement the net timeline better. So I think that ultimately does happen. But I'd be disappointed about it. MPJ's got 1 more year left on his deal. He's just been balling out.
Just keep him.
He's just been
why
balling
trade
out.
him? It's like the mystery box thing, the family.
I personally would like him to stay here. I think he's young enough at 27 years old. Right. And I've said this ad nauseum. I don't think it's like, here's an example. Like, Net fans are upset. Hey, we got a tank. We could have had VJ Edgecombe. Okay. The Sixers had 1 more ping pong ball than the Nets in the order. They were 6th, the Nets were 7th, right?
Ping pong balls anymore,
or whatever.
Just like a formula,
so it's you can drive yourself crazy with that,
right.
But Washington, all these they ended up with Trey Johnson, and they had a higher odds. And it's just, don't drive yourself crazy with it. It's not going to be worth it. Yegor, first of all, like Yegor Dioman, they said he couldn't shoot.
Right.
The guy is lethal. His best attribute is shooting. He hit 7 threes, and that's rookie record a couple games ago. He clearly can shoot the basketball. They were wrong, whoever they are. Just keep the pace, keep the path, and I'm just enjoying this season, and it's been fun winning the games here and there, and watching this chemistry. And good point here. Like, we don't talk about him enough on this podcast, but the last couple of games, Nick Claxton's been out and Day'Ron Sharpe has started. Day'Ron Sharpe has been excellent. He has clearly shown that he has grown as a player and he's developed within the Nets. If he got more of an opportunity because Nick wasn't here, you'd see a lot from Day'Ron. We don't do enough. We don't have enough conversation about just how good of a basketball player Day'Ron Sharpe has been for the Nets. He's been great. And my favorite rookie this week, Nolan Traore. I love his ability to get to the basket. Yeah. And I cannot wait to see him paired with Yegor as the 1-2 and the Nets' future backcourt coming into light. And I'm just had a better mood from the Nets this year. It doesn't even have to do with the Knicks on a 4-game losing streak. It really does. Like, the Nets just having a pulse that they didn't have in the past. I made the mistake of going on Nets Spaces yesterday after the Nets win.
Is a big mistake,
and honestly, it's been anytime. If you go to a Nets Spaces, it's like a club for like.
Sounds like Knicks Spaces.
No, it's just
a
like
little clique of guys that just like to talk to each other.
It's like, hi, my name's Jeff, and I'm pro tank. All right, Jeff, go for it.
Hi, Jeff.
Then, hey, Jeff, and then Jeff goes, and then it's like, all right, it's like, and then and then the other person goes, and it's.
Spaces is like the new AOL chat rooms for us older folks.
Crazy, man.
You just go in and talk to strangers.
I'll just
like
listen.
Hours, these guys. I mean, props to you. I mean, they like it, whatever. I mean, I'm not can't hate on it, but I don't know. It's just not for me.
Digging the Nets rookies this year. So far, some good moments, and been Noah Clowney had a good game the other night. Keeping the development going. The Nets are the youngest team in the NBA. By average age.
Honestly, Mike, I'm trying here, but talking about the Nets is like the last thing I care. I mean, like I'm sitting here, I'm coming across, and like I'm talking, I'm trying, but my mind is like, I have Anthony texting me, Donahue texted me about like something.
Is Anthony watching?
Well, he's watching. Yeah, I shouted him out. You forget.
I didn't know if he was really watching. I thought maybe.
No, he said he's watching. Did you know I'm watching? So I guess he's watching.
Well, let's see if there's a comment pop up on the screen. Then I will believe you.
Listening or watching.
All right.
But he was telling me he's typing now, so maybe he really is watching.
Does he want to join does he want to join?
Yeah, Anthony, if you want to join, you join.
Give him a link.
Yeah, I'll send you the link if you want to join.
Let me know. We can then BKN 85. I've never seen you in real life. I would love to see your face.
He said join keep MPJ. If you're the Nets, that's what Anthony said.
Yeah, man.
Where's the link? Where's this link? How do I get a link? It's if he wants to join. I mean, he's typing, so we'll see. He might not be dressed. He just had baby sleeping. Yeah, so he just has a newborn. Congrats.
Okay, we don't want to do that. Yeah,
and congrats. His baby Autumn. Get some sleep. Let's get some sleep. But it's good to get some. I'm going to be in that world soon. My wife is due on February 26th, so I'll be back in that with my second kid. So Mike's through it and in and out. You're in and out of that world with 2 kids. So you're never gonna have another kid because you got the.
I mean. So I don't mind that this is live. So this is I haven't gotten it checked yet. Like
I have actually worked.
Like the sample. You have to get a sample.
Yeah.
There's just this cup that's like sitting in our kitchen drawer. It's just there.
Oh, not in there. It's not in there.
There's nothing inside of it.
I thought it was like your specimen was sitting in a cup in your kitchen.
There's no semen in the cup. The cup's empty. But it's just like sitting in the kitchen, like, and it's like everybody has like their New Year's resolutions. Like mine is to take that cup and deliver it to the right place to get information. So to answer your original question, I think so, but I haven't officially got it tested.
Yeah,
to know like because you have to do it. The surgeon said like everything went well,
but you have to do this.
But you got to do it. You never know, like. You just never know. But yeah, and then to go back to your original point, 1, congrats. And 2, it's babies can keep you up.
Yeah, they can, or they can keep you asleep. Either way you look at it.
Yeah.
It's back to the Knicks, man. I'm
Sure.
just like,
Want me to get the cup?
Yeah, get the cup and go take care of business.
I'm not taking care of. What are you, crazy? Gonna get me banned?
No, like go the other room and get out of here. I don't need you here.
That would be the end of bad weather fans. Like it would be over.
Yes, over for our relationship as well. I think.
Can you imagine the headline at 294? Oh my God! Clip that.
No. Front page news. Yeah. So I'm very surprised about Mike Brown and how Diawara didn't play much. Like he's been playing well. He was starting some games. I know, like they needed him to, et cetera, et cetera. But like, maybe I missed something. I don't know why he only played in garbage time. Like I don't get it. But I don't know. It's very very confusing there. I'm not sitting here like going to get in this whole rotation questions and things like that. But not to make excuses either. I think Towns was still recovering from whatever illness he had because he just did not look like himself. And it just looked, the whole game was just so embarrassing. And on national TV, on a standalone game, it was just like, come on. This is like the matchup. This is the game that you're supposed to get up for. This is not the game you're flat for. If you're flat playing in Charlotte, if you're flat playing in Washington, I understand. You know,
thanks for not saying Brooklyn. I appreciate it.
Not Brooklyn, because that's a rivalry. You want to beat Brooklyn, you know, but like those games, like I understand being flat for that, but not for this. Not for when you're playing the Pistons without Duren. Not for when you're playing the Pistons on the second night of back-to-back. Not for when you have these guys that are coming in and popping threes and flopping and mocking you, and Isaiah Stewart is taking cheap shots on your star. No one's standing up to him. Like, the Knicks
really miss Hart there a little.
Yeah, I was just going to say that the Knicks really do miss Josh Hart. I mean, he gets a lot of shit, Josh Hart. He really does. But he really is the heart and soul of this team. Like, and there is no doubt about it. He's not the best player. He's not in the top 4 or 5 players on this team and talent-wise. But he is the heart and soul and the engine of this New York Knicks squad. And you can clip that. I'm just saying, he really is. Like, and it's evident now, like in a game like today, he'll come in, get a steal, get an offensive rebound, get in someone's face, make somebody laugh, loosen the tension, and then they're off, and without Josh Hart, the Knicks look like they're going through the motions right now. And I know it's a tough part of the season, and I know they're exhausted, like I've been saying, from the NBA Cup, and they've been seeming like they've just been running like in sand since the NBA Cup championship. And I don't know how you get out of that, because there's not some big break coming up, and that's why I didn't want them to win in those games. And I've been saying this for years. This is not a Knicks exclusive thing. Since the NBA Cup started, the in-season tournament started, I've been saying on this podcast, on Twitter, at Knicks Central, everywhere that I can tell people this. Anybody who wants to listen, even my wife who doesn't give a damn. I hope the Knicks lose the games when they're NBA Cup games. They're going to lose anyway. They're not going to go undefeated. I want them to win every game. I'm not going to actively root for them to lose. But if they happen to lose an NBA Cup game, okay, it's actually better for the team to lose those games, because then you don't have to go to Vegas. You don't have to get these emotions in there. You don't have to play a game that doesn't count. And sure enough, it fucking happened. And now it's showing that, especially on a team like this who's ready to win a championship. If this was 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 2 years ago, whatever it was, any other time, it's like, all right, you know what? They're not a championship level team. Let's have some fun. Let's win some games. We'll lose a couple here. We'll get in the playoffs. It'll be fun. Have some fun. Maybe I'd have a different outlook on it. But this year, I was just like completely anxious, and it seems like it's come to light. And I know you and BKN85, our boy, the Nets fan who was commenting earlier, want to say like it's been weeks, like, and they've won some games and this and that, but like they just don't look right, man. Like they just don't. And
I guess over time we'll tell if if your theory is right, and if they don't look right in a couple of weeks, there's
something wrong.
Something real wrong. But they're 23-13. They're 10 games over 500. They're now 4 back of the Pistons for the 1 seed. They're the 3 seed right now, as the Celtics, who have just another team the Nets have won on the road against.
Gotta watch out for the Celtics, man.
Like the Celtics, I mean, the Celtics are weird because they're winning games. They're clearly right now in a good place.
Right.
But what happens when Tatum comes back? Like if you add Tatum to this team and you don't make him this is Jaylen Brown's team right now, and that's the way it has to stay, at least for this season.
Yeah.
What happens? And got a comment. You need Giannis more than he needs you. He's got his ring. I'll hang up and listen.
Yeah, I know people are going to come at me for that, but you know what? I still stand by that comment that Giannis needs the Knicks more than the Knicks need Giannis to win a championship. That's been my point throughout, and it's pretty legitimate, I think, unless he gets traded elsewhere that we don't see coming. You know what I mean? Then okay.
I mean, if the Knicks play like this, then the point would if they go on if they go 3-6 and the next, if they go out west and they go 1-3 and they start losing these games and then they fall back to the 4 or 5 or 6 seed,
right.
all of a sudden they're, with the Orlandos of the world and all that stuff. Like, all right, different conversation. This would be, I mean, they got to keep losing. Like, we got to keep this happening. This has been fun. I mean, this has been enjoyable. This has been fun.
Not.
I mean, it's been a surprise.
It's fun for you, you and the coalition of Nets haters. Yes, you guys are all a coalition of Knicks haters. I'm sorry. Yes,
it is surprising that they could look this good. You don't text me anymore, Mikel highlights. What's happened?
He's getting some steals still. I don't know.
Why doesn't? I mean, when was the last time he shot a free throw?
Let me see. I'll look it up, and then you can guess.
Now I will be interested if the Pistons do need one more guy. They do need one more MPJ marketing.
Oh my God! Can you imagine the Pistons get Michael Porter Jr. from the Nets? That's a team you can hold over the barrel, man. They're ready to win. You can really get something out of them.
No, the Nets are. That's why I said I think MPJ has shown on and off the court. This is more than just he is an all-star. Okay, he probably won't be one because the Nets are not winning at a good enough rate. But if you look at his just pure numbers and stats and the things he's done offensively and defensively, the guy is an all-star. So, and it's been, like I said, it's been more than just what he has done for this team offensively. It's on and off the court. He has been a good teammate. I mean, he's averaging 25.9, 7.6 rebounds, 3.4 assists. And his defense has been very good. And the offense runs through him. Everything stems through him. Yeah. And he's done everything right. He is everything that people were worried about in Denver. He has proved them wrong in Brooklyn. And clearly been the number one option. And you put him in Detroit. I mean, it's a spot where, he could help elevate him to the next level.
All right. So since December 2nd. So since December, right? So we're going 1 month right now, a little over a month.
Yep.
How many free throws do you think Mikal Bridges has attempted?
So December 2nd, so that's probably 16-ish games.
This is also not including the game that didn't count.
So that's 16 games?
Let's see. Hold on. I'll tell you right now. 16 games. 17, including tonight.
17 games. So he's probably taken on, he probably averages 1 point something. But he was probably taking more free throws earlier in the year when he was aggressive.
So Mikal Bridges,
I'm going to guess 21 free throws.
Way under. Mikal Bridges since December 2nd has shot 9 free throws.
So I'm way over.
Well, you said 21.
Oh, he went. Yeah. Oh, he had 9?
9 free throws total. He has 9 free throws attempted total since December in the NBA, and he's made 6 of them. So he's 6 for 9.
I'm curious to look back at his net stats. See, that would interest me too. Like, was he doing this? I don't remember exactly, but there's no way what were his stats? So
he has 12 of 17 games where he has 0 free throw attempts.
And that just can't be a product of the offense.
And then the 2 games before December 2nd, he didn't have a free throw in those games either. But before that, he went on a streak of where he was getting to the line from November 17th through November 20. So for this stretch, when they're on that road trip, from, let's see, where is it at? I just lost it. This is getting annoying. Son of a. When you click on the rows on the game log on Basketball Preference and it gets all screwy. So in the 5-game stretch from November 17th through November 26th, when they played on the road, he went on a streak where he got to the line 5-2-2-2. And, so he got to the line. Like, that's like a normal starter getting to the line 2 times a game, 5 times a game, 2 to 3, 4, 5. But getting to the line 0-0, like, that's a guy that just is not taking us to the hoop. And Mikal Bridges is playing great defense. He's been all right, but his 3 is getting a hitch in the shot again. Like, there's some time, it's getting a little weird. Like, he's just something's up with him right now. And like early in the season, he was rolling. I'm like, this is the guy we thought we were getting, was worth the 5 picks. And like, who gives a damn? You know what I mean? Whatever. But now it's like, all right, man, like, you're not getting the line. You're getting these like these weird games and like, scoring 6 points here and there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, December 2nd, he's in Boston. They lose, but he drops 35. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, tonight, I don't even know what he had. Did he even take like 5 shots?
Points, 11 points. He took 11 shots. He was like 4 of 11.
4 of 11, 2 of 4. Wow,
you're experiencing.
You memorized that.
I looked at the box score. You're experiencing a lot of what I had with Mikal as a net, where there'd be moments 13, where I'd be like, they got a star. And I thought it. And also remember, there was no one else there, and he was the number 1 option.
They were feeding him.
It was.
Dinwiddie said it in an interview that they made sure that Mikal got the ball. Yeah.
Right. You're seeing this, and I'm like, okay, they got the first. Like, you look at the Durant trade, he's one of the pieces in there.
Right.
I'm like, oh, they got something here. And then is that once he's ended, I was like, he just looks off. But I think the real thing with him is he's inconsistent. And that's just who he is. There's gonna be times where you think he's great, and there's gonna be times where he drives you crazy. And I think it's just a mixed bag, and it's what you're gonna get when it counts. When they counted versus the Celtics defensively, he was awesome.
Every single
when counted versus the Pacers, he couldn't contain Halliburton.
No.
Like, let me read this point. This is crazy.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I know he was the focal point of the offense, so it's a little bit different. Guess how many free throws he took with the Nets his last season in Brooklyn in 2003? He played 82 games, if you can't remember.
How many did he take total? I have no idea.
Just take a guess.
So let's see. Let me do a little math. Let's say, okay. Okay. I'll say 100.
317.
317. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I did 82 times 2, and we came out to 164, and then I was like, all right, let's get 100, So I was trying to
but think about it. Like, he took 317 free throws.
So he was getting to the hoop. He was aggressive.
He was the focal point of the team. He was a bigger part of the offense.
Right.
That he was going to get more touches. But that's a huge drop off.
Yeah.
That's more than just I'm not the number 1 option.
Right. That something's up. He's not going to the hoop at all.
Like, you think he'd be taking like 200 free throws as a Knick.
Yeah, he should.
Crazy.
You would think. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know, but it's a little scary, and I'm getting a little scared. And I got to be honest.
And Nolan Traore was one of the players that was in that trade, and he has been fun to watch for the Nets.
So would you rather have Traore or Mikal Bridges?
Stop it. There were so many troll Knick fans after like Traore wasn't playing and he was in the G League.
I don't think Knicks fans know who Traore is.
He's 19 and he's
trying to win a championship, bro. Like,
but there were guys. I gotta mention, like, when Traore plays, he was the Bucks pick in the trade.
That the Knicks got. Knicks gave the Nets for Mikal Bridges.
There are 3 draft picks left, which is still time to go. We got the 2027, 29, and 2031. But who knows? Maybe they'll be dealt to get Trae Young. Or at this point, actually, Alex, would the Nets need to take a draft pick to take Trae Young?
That's worth it.
Well, then it's worth it. But
do you trade Michael Porter Jr. for Trae Young?
Stop it. That'd be a horrible trade. Boy, talk about a guy's value that is just plummeted.
God.
I mean, he needs to go somewhere else just to reinvent himself.
Hawks, yeah, listen. And you see, like, not that I'm into Hawks Twitter or anything like that, but I've seen a couple of videos pop up on my feed, and a Hawks fan saying, like, I'm a Trae Young fan. I love Trae Young, but this team just is better without him right now. It's time to move on. And you know what I mean? I love everything he did for the franchise, revitalized them, et cetera, et cetera. Won that series in New York that they're going to hang a banner for one day that he's still riding on. But it made him famous. The Garden made him famous. And, it's just time. It's just time to let him go, because you watch it, and the Knicks play the Hawks in 2 games. Like, I'm not sitting here watching all the Hawks games. I got to be honest. Like, who does? But I watched the two that the Knicks played, one with Trae Young, one without, and the Hawks looked better without Trae Young.
Yeah.
And when Trae Young was playing in that game, he looked passive. I remember texting him like, Trae Young doesn't look the same. He's not aggressive. He's not shooting these 30-footers. He's not like, dancing. He's like dishing it to these guys. And they realize it, man. Jalen's the guy there now, So,
I remember the game he got hurt was when the Hawks came to Brooklyn.
Right.
That's the game that he got hurt, got injured. And obviously that timeout hurt his chemistry with the rest of the guys. Him not being there. It'll be fascinating to see where he goes. I saw I believe it was Mark Stein with the report that the Wizards are interested. I mean, the new place for him is obviously important because he's got to.
I hope, Mike, this is what you got to root for against. I hope root for against. This is what you need to root against is Trae Young going to the Wizards
because of the draft pick thing.
Yes, because the Knicks have the protected first-round pick of the Washington Wizards, and if it's below 8. The Knicks get the pick.
Unless
if it's
he's
8 or above, the Knicks get like 2 second-round picks or something.
Unless he's so bad that he tanks them.
I mean, how can they be even worse than what they are? They're going to win.
They've been better than the Thunder in the last 11.
I guess, but like
no,
they have sure, but like, is that going to last? You know what I'm saying?
Well, they've been.
It's because they weren't
in
the NBA Cup, Mike. That's why
they've been better. I mean, they have been better. Their younger players have started to play better.
I know Sarr is really good. I love Sarr.
I've watched the Nets play the Wizards twice in the last month,
but
early in the month and late in the month.
But they're 9-25.
I know, but they were.
They're not going to be.
But they were like 4-24.
They were.
So
they're 5-5 in their last 10. Yes. So I mean, they're winning some games. But at the same time, like if they add Trae Young to that team, you now have an adult in the room with all these guys.
I don't know about
he's
an adult,
but he's an all-star and he's somebody that can help them and help that team. They're gonna like Trae Young is not, Jalen Brunson. He's not Steph Curry. He's not a top-level guard like everybody thought he was because of that one playoff series versus the Knicks. But and he beat the Sixers too the next round. So like, no, let me take anything away from them. They got to the Eastern Conference Finals that year. I'm just busting balls. But like that was a couple years ago now, and Trae Young. But he's still a really good player, and he still will help the Washington Wizards win 30 games. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and they're not going to win
with the draft
45. But like,
I get you with the draft pick thing. Yeah, I get you with the draft pick thing. I agree. I mean,
you better hope he doesn't go to the Wizards. I kind of rooting for him to go to Washington.
No, it makes. I understand it from your perspective. I would too. I totally get that. It makes sense. I don't think the Nets are going to be involved at all. I think that is not happening.
No, I mean
the Nets do have the assets. If they ever wanted to get him, they could do it in a second.
But is there a realistic star out there that you would trade for? Get it?
Not right now.
That they would trade for? No,
not at this point.
Nobody like realistic. Obviously, not Giannis or these guys.
But like, if you're going to trade for like the Nets, just don't have. They're not attractive to stars right now because they're not very good. Yeah. But if you're bringing in Trae, then you're bringing in like okay, now I got to see Giannis here. Like now, then you go all in. Now, does it work? Of course not. It's a quick fix, but you can't just trade for one guy and then not go for the other. Doesn't make sense. But the Nets desperately need to trade Cam Thomas. I will say after watching him in the Denver game where he looked out of it in the first half and disinterested, and then in the second half didn't pass the ball. And it was like, it's frustrating when I'm trying to watch the development of younger players. And they're just watching him shoot, and I'm just like, and he made shots in that game. Don't get me wrong,
he's getting buckets, bro.
He got buckets, but I'm like, this is doing nobody. Yeah. Like that bothered me. That bothered me because MPJ in the offense, it's flowing through him.
Right,
he's making the right reads. He does take some crazy shots here and there. Don't get me wrong, but Cam, it's like there he goes, ISO Cam, and you can't, and he's incredible. But there's the development around him is just completely stopped and stunted. And it's like Danny Wolf, high five.
Why is Danny Wolf getting shit from everybody around the league? Why is he like getting bullied by people like Danny Wolf?
I don't know. He hasn't played very well in the last couple of weeks. He's definitely stats wise declined. I don't know.
Between Kevin Durant, Jimmy Butler, like everybody.
I don't think Durant won.
Oh, you were such a softie with Kevin Durant.
The Durant was different. Durant got that ball slammed him in the face. I think Durant.
For those who missed it, Danny Wolf shot a UFO, as Clyde Frazier would call it, and hit the side. And Durant was trying to get a rebound. The Nets were playing the Rockets. The ball hit the side of the backboard and hit Durant directly in the face. And he goes, "Yeah." What did he say? He said he screamed out loud right away. He said something like, "Come on, Wolf," or like whatever.
He said. Yeah, I think that one was more tongue in cheek, funny. Really,
I forgot what he said, but he said something funny. Like, but it was just. But the other one was Jimmy Butler calling him like white boy or something. I don't know, something stupid. But
yeah, I think the KD one was just him being
an instant reaction.
He just got he got hit in the face with the ball.
He goes, "This is a direct quote. That's a trash ass miss, Wolf." On Durant after he got hit in the face by a ball.
But the way he said it and looked at him, maybe I'm a softie for KD. What do you want from me?
You are. Just it's
okay. He meant a lot to me. I still have no hard
trade. He hated your franchise. He's like, get me the fuck out of here. You guys suck.
I don't. That is who Kevin is ultimately.
Yeah.
But I think he loved his time with the Nets and he did a lot for the organization. I have more ill will for the guards around him and everything. We are not talking about that.
You want to talk about Kyrie? Whatever.
No, happened? I'm not doing any Kyrie, KD, James. We are talking.
No, but
we can get into Nolan Priori. I will talk about Blake Powell. I would love to talk about Yegor Dioman and his three-point shot. I am not doing that.
No, I'm not talking about Kyrie. I don't give a shit about that guy.
No, I don't want to talk about the big three.
Kevin Durant
said
no, but he has said like with Brooklyn there was something there. He hasn't said that about the Warriors. He hasn't said that about the Thunder. Maybe said that about the Thunder, but he hasn't said that about the Warriors. He hasn't said that about the Rockets. He's only said that about the Nets. Like he thought there was
a connection.
The Suns, he didn't say that. I forgot he even went to the Suns already. But like he hasn't said it about any of those teams besides the Nets. So
he embraced
it. Yeah, he did.
It means a lot to me as a Nets fan when you troll the Knicks and you have fun with that. I like that.
Yeah,
it's part of it.
No, it is. It is.
I always say this, Alex. You don't really care as much now. I mean, because they're irrelevant. But when the Nets had a potential to win a championship and Kyrie and KD were there, the Nets gave you some form of anger. You did not like them.
No, and I still don't like the Nets.
Before all that, and a little bit now less after, they're kind of irrelevant to you. What you have felt towards the Nets in that pocket of 3 or 4 years, I have felt about the Knicks my whole life.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm trying to explain to you like how important it was for me when you had KD saying things like that. Like what you felt in that small window is how I have felt every goddamn day with the Knicks in my life.
Well, I'm sorry, Mike, but I understand.
But I just want you to understand where I'm coming from.
I'm a Mets and a Jets fan too, so I understand. Like I get it. It's different. It's totally different. It's not totally different, but it's different. But like it's also being in Jersey and the thing. The only comparison would be the Devils with the Rangers if the Devils didn't win like 1,000 Stanley Cups. I know
Devils are great,
but they're a great franchise. Better franchise. I don't know what's going on now. I don't care.
Brodeur was the better goalie than Richter.
That's the only comparison that you can have.
Brodeur is the best goalie this area has ever seen.
Yes. Scott Stevens. I can name all the guys from NHL '94, but other than that,
Ken Danico.
Yeah, there you go.
Kevin Richer.
Yeah. Is Mike Gartner still on the Rangers? I don't know. But what I'm thinking is like the Jets and the Mets. So like when Curtis Granderson signed with the Mets and left the Yankees, when Juan Soto left the Yankees and went to the Mets, like those are moments that, and when, especially Granderson, when he said like, I heard real New Yorkers are Mets fans, he says things like that at his press conference. Like that's like, yeah, like take a shot back at these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? I get it. Finally, somebody's shooting back. Or like, it's like kind of like with when Rex Ryan joined the Jets and like, he's like, I'm not going to kiss any of Belichick's rings. Like as a fan, you love that shit.
You eat it up, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like you eat that up, especially as a team that's been down, like the Nets and the Jets and the Mets, and you know what I'm saying? Like mostly down than up. Like you know what I'm saying? So more down than up, I should say. But
the Nets are probably the Nets have had a better history than the Jets of late. That's not saying much.
The Jets have
the Jets have a championship. The Nets don't. So all time.
One grainy photo with Joe Namath.
It's still there.
In the air. I mean, it happened.
Still there.
But you can't tell the story of the NFL without the Jets, of course. But yeah, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like it's been 15 years for the Jets since they've been in the playoffs. You know what I mean? They have the longest drought out of the 4 professional sports playoff drought. It's
crazy.
Insane. It's insane, and it's by a mile too. It's not even like another team is like 12 years.
Yeah.
Like, it's like by a mile. But I don't care. Honestly, we can talk Jets if you want, but we'll talk. I just like Knicks that got me so, and nobody wants to hear about the Jets, but Knicks got me so angry today and over the last couple of games and over the last couple of weeks. And I think some of it is a little personal for me, the way some fans on Twitter
treated
me for just having my opinion. And I went hard with my opinion about the NBA Cup championship not mattering and how the Knicks should shut Mitchell Robinson down for that game. It doesn't count. Like, if you're going to rest Mitchell Robinson and keep him on a minutes limit and game manage him and even rest him for like a week after it,
Right.
why is he playing in this game? Oh, because it's more about the money for you guys. It's not about the championship. At the end of the season, it's not your money. And because of that, people shitted on me, man. People were calling me all sorts of names. People were telling me to suck their dick in a space. Like, when people were DMing me, like, yo, so-and-so like said this or whatever. I'm not even gonna put his name out there because he's a piece of shit. Like, all these people were doing this kind of stuff to me, and like, I'm that important. Right. And like, bro, like, and maybe I am, I don't know, but like I don't think of myself that way. But like, for people to go that hard at me, you can't now expect me to now just shut my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, now when my opinion becomes so challenged, I don't know what the reason is. There's multiple reasons why I think it could be the case. Sometimes my jokes or my things get blown up. But when people go that hard at me, I'm going to turn around and go that hard at you. That's just my mentality as a person. Don't talk shit at me if you don't expect me, if you don't want me to talk shit back at you. And then you're gonna cry wolf. I don't care how old you are. I don't care who you are. If you're talking, you're talking. I respect everybody equally, and I'm gonna shit on everybody equally. And that's how it works for me, and that's how I am as a person. And maybe that's my biggest downfall and why I don't have 20,000 followers at this point. But I don't give a shit. You know what? I'm gonna be myself, and that's what it is. And if you talk shit to me and you'll go low to me, I'm gonna go lower because you're a piece of garbage for saying things like that. Because I have an opinion about the NBA Cup not mattering and it shouldn't matter, and you're celebrating and like whatever online. You know what I mean? Like, when the Knicks got the Eastern Conference Finals, they shut down the city, and there were people like climbing up buildings. And when you win the NBA Cup championship, there's tumbleweeds. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me a break. This thing didn't mean shit. Yeah. And now the Knicks are 5-6 since it, and I was right. And it sucks that I was right because I want the Knicks to fucking win. Anyway.
Well, I think you laid it out well, and I think that does, because you going through that, and understandably so, I think why I think it feels like that moment may have been part of it, but there's more to it than just that. And that the tired legs from 3 weeks ago, like, we'll see. Like, we'll see, fingers crossed that this continues. Fingers crossed that they continue to lose. Fingers crossed that the Clippers come into the MSG and Kawhi Leonard drops another 50. James Harden has a fantastic game. It's going to be a tough place to play. Best fans in the world, smartest fans in the world.
And honestly, they're going west next week. I know the Clippers are coming to the Garden on Wednesday, and then they go west for a week. That might be the best thing for them. Just get away.
Maybe.
Get away, get back to each other, like hang out, play cards, do whatever you guys got to do, play video games, hang out with each other, go on the road. You're going to Phoenix. It's beautiful weather. Get out of the cold. You're going to Portland. No one wants to be there anyway, but Denny's great, so you got to look out for that. Then you have 2 days off, and you're going to Sacramento and then Golden State, which is in Oakland, San Francisco, wherever the hell it is now, San Francisco. So, you know what? Like, have fun. And then you come back home on the 17th. And then, just have some fun and just get away. I know you win this game on Wednesday versus the Clippers, like, end the streak, and then go on the West Coast with no anxiety and just get back to who you are as a team and as a franchise and what you're supposed to be. And then you can look back at this and not even think about it. So
I'll say it. I'll end with this. They'll be okay. I don't want them to be.
Thanks, Mike.
It's just 4 games in the middle of January.
I know. We'll look back and laugh about this, hopefully, when the Knicks are raising a banner for,
I think they should have put up the banner for winning the Cup.
Do you really do? Or you think
I think it's a big moment for the fans. I do. I think there's a lot of guys and girls that have never seen a title with the Knicks, and I think it would mean something to see that go up.
Well, the Knicks are now officially the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. So thank God they have this in-season tournament championship, but the Knicks are now the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference behind the Boston Celtics. But guess what? You have an NBA Cup and a hat that says champions on it. So congratulations, guys. You did it. You got millionaires got $500,000 extra. Congrats. That really did a lot for us and the long-term health of this team.
That's only 10.5 behind the Knicks.
Oh, man, they're coming for them.
It used to be like 15.
Yeah. Well, the Knicks are 23-13 now,
Bad weather fans. Sorry.
What are we gonna do, Mike? What are we gonna do?
Knicks
What are we gonna
defensive-
do in a world where the Nets make the play-in
Not gonna
and they get
happen.
into the playoffs and they play the Knicks in the first round? Would you
Yeah.
sign up for that? Obviously, you want the
Absolutely.
Nets in the playoffs, but like that would be all house money and like love for you. That was like we're totally flipped because a couple of years when we started this podcast, and
That
Nets
would
were
be
awesome.
even
The
beyond
Knicks had
house money.
Randall, and it was like a up and coming team, But like we were hoping for that first round matchup because I was like, this is house money. Durant, Kyrie, whatever, and Harden versus the Knicks, who have nothing to lose in this situation. You would be like scared to death in that.
This would be beyond house money because, well, first of all, they're not going to do it. They're not going to make the playoffs. They're not
they can make
good
the play-in. I think they can make the play-in. I mean, it's possible.
It's possible, but once they trade MPJ and Nick, like they're just going to be bad. It's just going to happen.
They're going to tank.
And they're going to just be playing all the rookies. So we'll be learning, and we'll be getting better. But they're not going to have the same roster. Now, what's weird about the standing is, by the way, the Hornets. Just a quick note. They
what?
They beat the Thunder by 30 in Oklahoma.
That's another team, the Thunder, who have been affected by Vegas. They were rolling. They basically they lost like one game going into Vegas, and ever since they've come back from Vegas, they've been ass.
They've been bad.
It's not a Knicks exclusive thing,
No, they have not been good.
Thunder have a lot of miles on their legs too. They went all the way to the finals, Game 7 of the finals, and then
the Nets have played so many less games than other teams. So the Knicks have played 36 games.
Yeah,
the Nets have played 33. The
Nets were in Vegas, so every team in the NBA got a week off.
Yeah, but
besides the Knicks and the teams that were in.
But they've played less than most. But they have a lot of games. They had 12 games in December. They have 18 in January. What is wild is the Nets are one back of the Hawks in the loss column.
Wow,
for the 10 seed, but the Hawks have 6 more wins. That's crazy. They're 17 and 21. The Nets are 11 and 22.
Tournament, man. Another reason why I don't like the in-season tournament. The schedule doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
so instead of playing a team maximum 4 times a year, and mostly 4 times a year, unless there's a random time, it's 3 in the East in your conference, and then 2 in the West, 1 home, 1 away, and then 2 and 2 in the East. You're now playing some random teams 5 games. Like a couple years ago, the Knicks had to play the Celtics 5 times or the Bucks 5 times in the season when they're trying to win all these games and every game counted. Like, why is that good for the NBA? I don't understand. Yeah. The least you can do is make the NBA Cup championship count as an extra win if you win it. And then, like, at least the Knicks had that win. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least it's like for something. Like, as a fan, I can get into it besides the fake excitement. You know what I mean? All this stuff happened. You see this pass by Towns is one of the best. No, it didn't count. It's gone. It's like playing tournament games. They just don't. They count to get you into the playoffs, but the stats they just disappear.
Well, at least they those count more than your championship.
But like
that counts more than your championship.
They're not in like the annals of your statistics.
Do they have hats for the championship
in season tournament? Yeah, they're out there, hats and shirts and the whole thing.
Well, I know what I'm buying you.
Oh my god, bro, I'll burn it.
No, you got to wear it. Maybe I'll wear it. Actually,
you should wear it. That'd be funny. Yes, you would wear it. If you wear it as a Nets fan, that would be funny.
That would be
you should have done that without telling me. Then that would.
I just thought of it now. Yeah. Damn it.
But it's still
all right, bad weather fans. Thank you to all the listeners, the subscribers, our family,
a lot of people on right now.
We will post this again as audio tomorrow. Alex, great episode. Well said on a lot of points.
Thank you, sir.
Nets play the Orlando Magic on Wednesday. The Knicks have the LA Clippers. Next Nets and Knicks game will be Wednesday, January 21st. Circle that on your calendar. We'll definitely be live then. You can guarantee that. Until then, Alex, have a great night, and we'll talk to you later. All right.
All right, Mike. Have a good one.
See you, bud. End stream. End stream.